filming him just in case it is him.
Hi, are you Tom? Oh, hi, I'm Kirsten.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Cassie.
Hi, nice to meet you. We're going to go about 30 miles straight south to right in the vicinity on a map. It's in the vicinity of Whitesville. And this is we call it Cayford Mountain. There's a lot of what you want to see there. There are about 5 areas in southern West Virginia where this is really predominant and it stands out. This one is the closest and probably the most dramatic. Let's go out and we'll just do my spiel and go. It should take about an hour and 20-some minutes, something like that. My airplane. This is a Cessna 182, built in 1975. I like these flights to be straight, level, and boring. So and the air right now is, I think it's going to be really nice. So we should be in good shape. All the air is going to go onto you. So I'm going to take this off and pull out.
Are my glasses going to be affected?
No, it's just you're going to get cold.
I'll be fine. Shit.
Trust me.
Okay.
All right.
I went in to visit with some folks and just to learn some of what they were going through and if they could share what was going on. And I was walking into the home, just an immaculate, really nice home, but there was an overwhelming, overpowering odor, which I learned later was hydrogen sulfide, and the odor was coming from the water. And this particular family and all the families in the community used to have really sweet well water. I mean, it was just, highly potable, just fine. Nobody, everybody thought it was fine, but nobody ever worried that something was going to happen to it. But then one day, the fellow in this particular house noticed he turned on the faucet and stuff ran out that was black. And he's like, that's coal fines. He worked at a coal prep plant. And a coal prep plant is where you wash the coal to prepare it for market. So fast forward several years, the water is getting worse and worse. And all these community members and people are up and down every little hollow. in these 4 Mingo County communities, they're getting sick. And they're children with rare, something like gallbladder problems, something that is rare in a child. And, all kinds of strange cancers and just every household. And people were all on well water there. So the Massey Energy had been operating raw sales and processing, which was a plant that had a coal sludge impoundment where sludge is stored in this giant lagoon up above, on the mountains above the community, but also it was injecting this coal prep plant waste or slurry underground. And it had injected over time billions of gallons of this waste. And the West Virginia Department of Environmental Protection permitted it. But, when we were asking DEP about it or coal company officials or whatever, we're injecting it underground. It's going into abandoned coal shafts, deep mines, and it doesn't migrate. It stays there. Like water travel underground. What a concept. But, people knew full well that it was the prep plant. And so people in the community took 13, 14 years trying to get water, city water, piped in to replace their well water. And they also tried to get some action in terms of, getting their health taken care of and getting replacement water. Lawsuits, and we helped organize all kinds of visits to the West Virginia legislature, and finally, after lots of citizen involvement and convincing the legislators that what was happening was real, the people did get city water piped in, and people's health has been improving since then. But in this particular home, as I would visit over the years, I would invariably get tired because the hydrogen sulfide fumes will do that. I'm a person that never naps, but once I just said to Carmen, Ernie, can I lay down? And I just laid down on their floor and went to sleep because they're living with this every single day. And the really terrible part of it is that, Carm could stand at her sink and have to wash the dishes in this terrible water. And then she could look up in the hill and see Massey CEO at that time, his little mansion up on the hill. And when he moved in that mansion, he got city water right away. Meanwhile, the people had to struggle and be poisoned and organize and beg and plead and cajole and sue to finally get some city water.
We talked about it. I mean, you can't understand this issue,
Right.
Unless you are there. And it is a big issue, and it has been for 20 years. And I'm a little bit personally torn about this. I mean, I understand, the coal that is being mined is valuable. But there's no way you can say that what you saw today is a good thing. That's just not possible. I don't care what you say about jobs. I don't care what you say about the economy. It's not good. So, and I am very sympathetic to the UMW miners union. And I understand where they're coming from. And I feel a little bit torn about it, but again, it comes back to the same thing. Many of these mines aren't even union,
Right.
so that's a whole different matter. And again, it's just, you can't say it's a good thing. You just can't. So, and getting people like you in the air and politicians, activists, media from all over the world, actually. I mean, what else are you going to do as far as using your airplane for something worthwhile other than going to buy a $100 hamburger? That's not what we do. But it's been a pleasure meeting you.
Same.